female artist, I implore you to explore all of the emotions that society taught you was unbeautiful or ugly. I think that we shouldn't be afraid of being called ugly, whether it's about our appearance or whether it's about in the way that we act. Sorry, that was a bit confusing. And the reason for this is because we live under a patriarchy, a cold system that takes a hold the minds of women since they are children and makes them believe that their worth is determined by the way that they look, how palatable they can be to man. And the idea that this system has caused so many women to be held back from their true potential, especially as artists and entertainers, is an issue that I think needs to be spoken about so much more. The reason why I don't immediately run to the idea that we should just call ourselves beautiful whether we fit the standard or not and close that chapter and move on is because that tactic simply doesn't work. You will always feel like you are lying to yourself, and as someone that grew up as unconventionally attractive or ugly, quote unquote, it's just not the answer to me. I think to fully engage with your authenticity as a woman that is an artist and entertainer, or just a woman in general, you really need to unlearn that fear of the words ugly, of the words bitch, of the words dirty, of all of those adjectives used to describe women that don't fit the standard, because it is only then that you can truly take a hold of it and empower yourself, because you are then not afraid of what other people's opinions could say about you. I am not afraid to look ugly. I grew up ugly, right? It's something that caused a lot of facial dysmorphia. But the minute I started to learn to be okay with that and to not shy away from it, was the area in my life where I was really able to engage with my art on a level that I never have before. And I guess that correlation is a bit interesting, right? I'm talking about my physical appearance and then I'm talking about my art, which has nothing to do with that. But the way that the patriarchy insidiously so infiltrates your mind and makes you believe that your looks are the most important thing about you can really fuck with your sense of identity, and in turn that fucked with my sense of my art, right? I started drawing ugly things. I started drawing wrinkles. I started not being afraid to convey ugly emotions, and that is the only time in my life as an artist where I've truly looked at my art and understood that this is what I stand for as a woman in this time period. And as a woman, when you are considered ugly, whether it's because of the way that you act, maybe you're too dominant or you come off too strong, or whether it's the way that you look, you really need to not give a fuck. And it takes time. It does take time. It's not just one thing. I mean, I had so many episodes of facial dysmorphia leading up to this point, but here I am and I'm stronger than ever. You do have to get over that hurdle of shadow work. It's very important that you do that. It's not just a thing that happens like that, because remember, you are unlearning years of indoctrination. So give yourself patience. Don't just give up immediately. Don't be scared of really confronting that darkness that the patriarchy has instilled in you. We are taught to find certain things beautiful. We are made to engage with ideas that actually go against our highest good as women. It goes against our security. It goes against our sense of our sense of self and identity, right? And it infiltrates you without you even realizing it. I mean, just my journey as an artist and as a writer, as a creator, when I created characters growing up, a lot of them happened to be male. I actually didn't draw a lot of female characters, and that can just go to show that male-centeredness is instilled in you from young. It's only recently that I've really started talking about my story as a woman and embedding those feelings of anger, of sadness, of even joy in my freedom, in my stories, right? And from there, I'm really speaking from a place of not only creativity but with authenticity. But it's because I stopped caring about whether people found my media disrespectful or not. I stopped censoring myself. Okay, a lot of people are scared of being ugly. But the thing is that it's just a term for women that don't fit within a criteria created by some stupid man. That's all it is. And it is not indicative of your self-worth. It never was. And I know that this is obviously cliche, but if you are watching this video, I have a feeling that you really need to hear it. You need to be reminded, okay? Just because it doesn't feel that way doesn't mean that it's not the truth. You feel like you want to hide yourself, like you want to cage yourself and not express who you really are, or you want to shy away from those feelings and faces that society has disdain for because you have been conditioned and brainwashed into believing such, into having those feelings. So your feelings are valid, but how are you going to execute escaping them and creating your own freedom as an artist that is a woman? I will be doing an art tour. If you guys are interested, please let me know. I can't wait to show you guys all of my ideas. And speaking of, I am actually busy writing a graphic novel, and I won't say what the name is yet. I almost did, but obviously I'm not close to finished yet. But it follows a girl that confronts all of these things while also being in a cosmic horror fantasy setting, okay? It's giving final girl moment, but definitely stay tuned if you want to see all of my art related to that. It has such a special place in my heart, and I hope that it can also speak to everyone else or every other woman, or appreciate all of the support.